Welcome back to NC Bassin. Today I'm on Lake Norman. Missed the Tuesday tournament yesterday, so I'm out here at Blythe on Wednesday. This water's a little bit warmer. It's crystal clear. We just had a lot of rain last night, so maybe that'll help the bite. I kind of want to sight fish today. The big bass is next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. I need to practice for that. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to put down here and sight fish or fish for bedding fish around beds. I'm just going to mix it up. I haven't been down here in a while. We'll try some different things. I mean, I've been killing them at a pond on a Rapala original floater. I'm gonna see if that's gonna work here. I'm gonna throw the swim jig a lot, the mag graph, try some different things. Hopefully get them on top water, depending on the water temperature. Hopefully we can find some good bedding areas I can use for next weekend. It's still a while away, but I just want to find some spots that look good where I know fish will bed. Hopefully we can put a bunch of fish in the boat. There's numbers of fish down here. I don't think I've caught 20 fish in a day all year, so hopefully we can make it happen down here. Let's see how it goes. That's quick. Guess probably didn't see that. My camera's down so far. But start off with the junior. I've just bought a Pro Blue shallow diving, regular 110 to fish it shallow, maybe get a little bit bigger fish. But this color is way better for clouds. I love the matte chat on a cloudy day, or just a French pearl. But right at the boat ramp already, guys. He ain't big. Second cast with the matte shad. Not that big. It's a largie on the original floater. Largemouth. He was on the bed up there. I got swiped at the first time. It's a solid fish. Throwing an original floater at the lake much at all. I used to kill them at the ponds on this. I mean, this is an old one. I've had this thing forever. It's a solid little largie. It's fun because it's kind of a topwater bite. I mean, you either see the swipe or they hit it when it hits the top, like that one did. That fish was swimming away with it. I didn't even feel it. If they're bed fish, the way they keep just picking up and taking off, but it's probably just a group of them. First cast with the Ned rig, I had one pick it up and take off with it, missed him. Second cast with the Ned rig, got one. The big TRD. That's where you want to hook them. He was not getting away that time. Another barely 14 incher. There's one. Not big. They fight. Probably don't have any fall on them. I bet these spots are just out here spawning on these big boulders. It's fairly shallow in the water, crystal clear. He's not that bad. Actually, he was coming at me. It's a fat fish. I don't know if I like that weed guard on this. It keeps getting in the way. That's a solid one. I mean, I know I can catch them all day on a Ned rig. I really just want to catch them on a jerk bait or a moving bait. There's just very little wind, but I still want to catch them on a moving bait or sight fish one or topwaters. Got it again. Definitely on a bed. It's a spot. Tiny guy. I'm sure he's on the bed. He bit it twice. I can't see anything back here, guys, though. It's gonna be hard to sight fish, but I mean, the water temperature is 70 degrees back here. I know they're on beds back here, but this is close to the hot water discharge. He was 8 miles away with it. Honey spot. He's got to be on a bed. I'm Just ripped the tail off my methylate worm. I'll just give him a concussion. Bit TRD. The ones on beds are tiny. Can get back to the boat ramp for a little bit bigger. Camera wasn't even going. Gosh, finally, I've seen like 12 fish hit top out here. I can't get one to bite the jerk bait somehow, or the whopper flopper, or even the floating Rapala. Throw this up here and he takes off with it. Finally. Haven't been catching much. He might be on a bed, but who knows. Looks like he was on a bed. I mean, the water temperature's still 69 out here. His fins are a little roughed up, that's why I say that. This is the main lake, but spots will spawn anywhere. That guy bit it on the fall. I mean, I really don't want to catch them on a Ned rig, but it's still fun to catch them. I just wish they'd bite something else with these conditions, you think. Like moving baits. Water's so clear though, they're in these rocks. I think these are males on beds. I don't know, it's real shallow. These spots like to bed 7 or 8 feet in the clear water. There's one. Finally, guys. It has been forever since I've caught a fish because I was trying to find largemouth on beds. I mean, pull out the little Ned rig. I'm out of big TRDs. Fish might be on a bed, but I found 5 or 6 largemouth on a bed. You guys see me lose that. I went back to that one I lost and spent another 30 minutes. Probably spent an hour total trying to catch that fish. The female was about 3 pounds and he was maybe 2. There was a couple of there was a few beds near there. There weren't nothing in the backs of pockets. They were close. They were in pockets at the beginning of the pocket. Seen a few on beds, but very few. And the sun's kind of coming out now, but it's been so cloudy and a little bit windy. It's slick calm now. I could probably sight fish better now than I could earlier. I really couldn't see. I mean, that fish was so locked on. I was fishing 10 feet from his bed and he was still biting. I got lucky that he was locked on. And the fish I've seen, I've spooked them before I start trying to fish for them. Just need to come on a sunny day, but it has been zero. Well, I did catch one largemouth earlier, but 0 largemouth sight fishing. Man, I think that's a good one. Probably not. That's all. They're crazy when you hook them. They just give up. Stupid Ned rig. I wonder if I can catch one on a jig. I'm loving the Ned rig. Those barely throw this thing and get a fish about every other cast. Got a spot out this deep. There we go. Good one. Largie. Just seen a bed right there and a fish flash. I got terrible hooks on this thing, but this is a good fish. On the floating Rapala. I already jumped once. It looks like a 2.5, 3 pounder. That's a spot. He's not even that big. It's decent. Man, he jumped like a largemouth. Best fish of the day. I'll save him for a picture. He's over 2. Short and fat. Golly. so cool. That's a largemouth. Dang, floating Rapala. These fish haven't seen it. I seen it. I swore I seen something swirl. That's a dang spot too. I keep thinking they're largemouths because they're jumping up, head shaking. Good one. They're a nice one. Maybe I should throw a floating Rapala. These fish have not seen it. Old Faithful. Something different. They've seen 1,000 megabasses. They have not seen the... There's still some old guys out here throwing this all the time still. Not many people still throwing the old original floater. I've seriously had this bait for 16 years or so. 17 years, and it was probably 10 years old when I got it. There's another 2-pounder. Probably 2.3. He's skinny. Golly. He's acting like a big one, but he's not really big. Got him hooked funny. He hit it hard and then went crazy. Who would have thought the original floater? I used to catch so many fish on this as a kid though, guys. So many fish on it. It was definitely my favorite bait. Like, the buzzbait was my favorite bait, but that fish is so aggressive. Buzzbait was my favorite bait, but I didn't catch that many on a buzzbait. I caught a ton on this. The 7, the 9, and the 11. I mean, I caught a few good sized fish on this. I mean, all my bigger fish when I was a kid came. This is all pond fishing too, not any fish in the lake. That thing will catch fish, and it gets even better when it gets warmer. Like post spawn when they're garden fry, and they get real finicky and they're tired. This is just calls them up. They can't resist it. Oh, he's on there. Look at the frill. Oh, he's so tiny. Bait just didn't come back up. Because he was tiny. He didn't even really make a splash. We'll catch the little ones too. I've caught so many tiny fish on this, it's crazy. I mean, I grew up fishing largemouth in ponds, so it's way different. Spots love the jerk baits. These fish are shallow, so you can throw this thing on the bank. This is the dredged out dock. I see a bass right there. Largemouth. God, I seen something below it. Knew one was looking at it. They won't eat the whopper plopper, but it's getting closer to dark, so maybe they will now. Red-eyed spot. Dredge docks, guys, are key. Original floater. Putting them in the boat. I don't know why the camera turned off. It does that sometimes, but we're supposed to do it right when a fish hits top water. These spots are fun. I just spooked a big spot. Oh, that's a largemouth. Awesome. Really need to put some good hooks on this thing. Did not expect it to work this good. That's a fat little largemouth. Get it on top. Seems like the spots need it as a jerk before they eat it. It's just targeting largemouth with big bass. But today I'm just out here having fun a little bit. But I should be practicing more. There he is. Good Lord. I mean, the splashy made you think he was 4 pounds. Just lost one. It's a big largemouth. Yes. Stay hooked, fish. Big largie for down here. Oh my, he's got 2 with him. He's got 2 with him. Oh my gosh, he's not hooked normal. He's really not that big. He's just skinny. Can't get a hold of him. There we go. That fish has seen better days. I would say the original floater is working. I was going to say I don't catch big fish on it. Don't plan on throwing this in the big bass, but just caught a 240 spot. That's like a right before dark. They bite so good. That guys, 302, nice one. What no, dude, I just got one reeling this in. Feels like a good one too. Reeling in the original floater. I was gonna start throwing a whopper flopper. And it's just a little spot. Did not expect that. And these are so shallow over here, guys. Not big. Hoping I get some on the whopper flopper. Oh, thought he would be. Just missed the whole bait somehow. Got him that time. That's a big one. Feels like a big one. Man, he's not. He's just hooked across the back of the head. Well, that's the one that bit it the first time. He ain't small. My headlamp sitting in the truck. There we go. You guys probably can't even see that, but that was an awesome 2 strikes on top. But there's about to be a shad spawn, or maybe the shad have been spawning because they're all over these rocks, and that fish is 2.5 all day. If you guys can even see him, but that's a good one right there. Good spot. Original floater again.